In downtown Richmond, a $65 million project is taking shape. This 53,000 square foot facility represents a massive physical commitment to the city's future. The site is designed as a high-tech hub to test and deploy smart community infrastructure directly from the heart of the Arts District. But there is a hidden structural trap. Erecting a facility with advanced sensors is straightforward. Maintaining that intelligence after the construction crew leaves is where most projects fail. A smart building is only as intelligent as the data that survives its opening day. If the exact specifications and integration maps are lost during the transition to the owner, the smart features become useless. This loss typically occurs during the handover. Contractors transfer disorganized PDF files, heavy physical binders, and disconnected spreadsheets to owners. The failure rate of this process is catastrophic. Estimates show that 85% of valuable, actionable project data dies the moment the contractors depart. This chart reveals the long-term financial reality. Initial construction is the smaller part of the bill. Up to 80% of a facility's total expenses hit during the 60 years of operation that follow, largely driven by maintenance. To avoid this trap, VPM and legacy construction are replacing the traditional paper handover with a verifiable digital twin. This graph illustrates two paths. The gray dotted line shows the traditional handover plummeting into information decay, while the gold line climbs. By maintaining an unbroken data chain, the team avoids the document dump, producing a living asset information model that captures value. VPM is attempting to transform a physical asset into legible, governable digital capital that remains accessible for decades. The strategy begins with metaverse prototyping, allowing for digital verification long before construction starts. The team uses Unreal Engine to build virtual studios. Producers walk through these environments to test their vision early. This identifies acoustic flaws and spatial conflicts, like a lighting grid clashing with an HVAC duct, preventing expensive physical rework. The trade-off is the requirement for absolute, rigid design freezes. Owners must commit to their decisions much earlier than they would in a traditional build. Late-stage changes are disruptive, but reconciling them with a perfect digital model is exponentially more expensive. Digital prototyping yields massive downstream savings, but demands upfront discipline that owners find difficult to maintain. In Phase 2, the physical building is equipped with hundreds of IoT sensors, embedded directly into the HVAC and electrical systems during active construction. To ensure data continuity, every trade on site must follow strict ISO 1965 standards, ensuring the physical installation matches the digital record exactly. This facility mapping shows the operational result. The team transitions to condition-based management, using live data to address maintenance before systems fail. The project calls this life cycle empathy, designing for the maintenance team's future needs to mitigate massive long-term costs. However, this standard eliminates the viability of using low-bid contractors who lack digital expertise. Subcontractors must be highly digitally literate to log and tag their work in the common data environment, which increases upfront coordination costs. A functional digital twin is a specialized delivery artifact requiring elite labor, distinct from a simple 3D visualization. Phase 3 introduces the most experimental layer, tokenization on the blockchain. The digital twin is anchored to a blockchain smart contract. This creates a permanent, verifiable record of material supply chains, lien waivers, and financial draws. This provides mathematical certainty for audit readiness. Owners and donors can verify exactly how funds were spent and when milestones were met. This immutable transparency is intended to build public trust, directly supporting VPM's strategic goal of doubling its individual donor contributions. The trade-off is regulatory ambiguity. Digital assets exist in a legal landscape that's still being defined. VPM's operations team must manage a complex cryptographic governance structure to maintain this level of transparency. Tokenization secures the public's financial trust at the cost of significant administrative complexity for the owner. Deciding whether to adopt this extreme digital handover depends on two key factors in your real estate portfolio. We map these factors on a matrix: time horizon, short versus long term, and capital source, private versus public. The VPM model fits the top right quadrant, essential for public institutions, where long-term costs dwarf the build price. Conversely, commercial developers seeking a short-term flip should avoid this. The upfront costs of blockchain auditing and digital twins do not provide a mathematical return on investment for projects with a 5-year turnaround. This is a generational investment strategy. It is not a quick flip tactic. The partnership between VPM and legacy construction demonstrates that the value of a building is no longer purely physical. This highlights the choice: stay with the traditional path, fragmented tools and data loss, or adopt legacy lifecycle management. VPM is choosing a unified model, ensuring digital asset continuity. They start operations with a finance-ready, fully auditable ecosystem. A project's true legacy is the verifiable data continuity that outlasts the physical build phase.